What is going on, Insomniacs? What is going on, Insomnia Sports? We are back with, I think, a really fun afternoon game. We got Cards and the Oakland Raiders here with Jet Central. You guys can check out JC on his channel. JC, how are you today, man?
Hey, man, I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing well. You're a guy that watches a lot of Arizona Cardinals football. You're a guy that watches the Rosen one a lot. And today you are going to be Steve Wilks. You're going to be the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals. You're going to say why you think that the Arizona Cardinals can win this game, what you're looking forward to in the matchup against the Raiders.
Yeah, and you're going to be playing the part of Chucky, John Gruden, one of my favorite coaches in the league. But yeah, as far as the Arizona Cardinals go, point number one is this: we're at home. I feel as though the Cardinals defense plays so much better at home when they do away. You know, you just look at the games, you look at the scores. Now, granted, the Cardinals have only won one game this season. Okay, they've won one game. That's not impressive at all. But I will say that we do have some notable losses. You know, we barely lost to the Vikings. We barely lost to the Bears. We barely lost to the Seahawks. Okay, those are three potential playoff teams. And we also played very, very well against the Chiefs. I know we lost by 2 possessions here. But, you know, 2 possessions, that's not a close victory. It's not a moral victory by any means. But we still played the Chiefs very tough pretty much all game until kind of the end of the game where, you know, when Mahomes just, you know, when the Chiefs offense really just put the dagger in the coffin. But the Cardinals, you know, I like the direction that we're heading in right now because we have young pieces: Christian Kirk, David Johnson, Josh Rosen, like you said it best. We have 3 cornerstone players on our offense right now. And if we can formulate ideas, if we could find the ways to get David Johnson the football, that's something that the Cardinals have struggled at all season. Granted, they don't have the best offensive line, but you have to utilize David Johnson out of the flat, especially against your Oakland Raiders defense that's been exposed a lot this season. They have no pass rush. They cannot stop the run worth anything. I like the matchup at home. David Johnson will have a big game. We need to get him the football. So I'll let you, come back at me with something.
Sure. So if I'm John Gruden in this game, I look at the Oakland Raiders, and, I mean, I'm just not afraid of your offense at all. You guys rank, I believe, 31st in the NFL in points per game at 13.8 points a game. That's not good enough. You guys have a lot of turnover with the coordinators. I am going to say that you guys also get sacked at a high level, okay? 8% of the time, 8.57 sacks per game. And then I look at the pass completion percent, like yards when Josh Rosen throws completions, it's only 9, and that ranks, I believe, towards the bottom 3 in the league as well. So offensively, I'm really not scared. The 258 points a game. To get at the Oakland Raiders, I believe that you got to have a pretty good offense to win. I look at Derek Carr, and he's a guy that has struggled the last couple of weeks, but he's a very experienced player. He is not going to turn the ball over a whole lot for my football team. And I look at the Oakland Raiders, and I played a little bit better against the Chargers. It was a little more low scoring. And I believe that maybe the game can be low scoring as well, and we'll have an opportunity late to go out and win the game with some experience at the quarterback position.
Yeah, you mentioned, you know, Josh Rosen just not completing passes at a high level. They're not really an offense that takes a lot of chunks out of the field. They're just not. They check it down. They throw a lot of curl routes, a lot of slant routes, a lot of stopping routes for the wide receivers. And I think that's due in part of this offensive line. But, you know, you touched on it earlier. They did make a coordinator change to my guy, Byron Leftwich, you know, former Marshall Thundering Herd quarterback, former Jaguar quarterback. He and Leftwich and Rosen they've pretty much become best friends. This offense has looked a lot more competent under Leftwich than it did with McCoy. Maybe it's they just click on a different level. Maybe they just understand each other a little bit more. But Leftwich was a guy that's really highly regarded, especially by Bruce Arians, the ex-Cardinals head coach. You know, so Leftwich and Rosen have the chemistry. I think as each week kind of goes by, not only does their chemistry grow, but Leftwich already, you know, he'll have another game under his belt. You know, so each and every game, I feel like Leftwich gets a little bit more smarter and a little bit more smarter. You add that with being at home. You add that with the Raiders not being able to stop the run. You add that with the Raiders not being able to rush the passer, rush the quarterback effectively. I'm starting to like the Arizona Cardinals matchup, and I'm actually starting to fall in love with it a little bit more. I'm not necessarily saying we need to take the chunk plays, but I'm just saying Rosen might have a little bit more time to throw. We might be set up in a little bit more third and short situation. So I like that from a coaching standpoint as well. Overall offensive standpoint, I really like it.
You do? I mean, but you're dead last in the NFL in running yards per game.
But to counteract that, we're going up against the Oakland Raiders defense that has been suspect against the run, and we still have talent at the running back position. So we got to figure out ways to get David Johnson the football, maybe out of the flat, check it down to him. We've got to get David Johnson. The offense's probably best player. We got to get him the football. We have got to get him the football.
JC, can we take off our coaching hats right now and just cut everything loose?
Yeah, let's get right into our prediction.
I'm going to tell you the honest truth about this football game. On paper, when you said we were doing this game, you said this game is between two crappy NFL teams that are pretty even. The reality is this game's only a 4-point spread. This is the best game to pick in Vegas this week, because your Arizona Cardinals are absolutely going to destroy the Oakland Raiders, and it's not going to be close. I love what I see from this Cardinals team. I watched at a sports bar last week. I'm going to start doing it again because I was able to see Arizona really play. This defense really played the Chiefs as good as anybody did all year, man. You can talk about Steve Wilks all you want, but Chandler Jones is fantastic. Hassan Reddick's playing really well. Josh Rosen, like you said, is really progressing under Byron Leftwich. The Oakland Raiders are an absolute joke. They're a dumpster fire. They are tanking. They're hoping to lose games. I got the Cardinals 31-7 in a bloodbath. I think it's the easiest pick of the week. The Cardinals are going to gain a lot of confidence. The Cardinals are not tanking. They went out there expecting to beat Kansas City. The Oakland Raiders are a mess. You don't know about John Gruden and Derek Carr's relationship. I'm really confident in the Cards, man, and I hope you are as well.
I actually agree with every single thing you just said. The Cardinals, under Leftwich, they look like a different team. Under Mike McCoy, they just look like they didn't care. They look like they gave up, especially a lot of the veterans on defense. Of course, you hear the whole Patrick Peterson wanting to leave and that whole fiasco.
Yeah.
But when you take a look at it, yeah, they don't have a good record, but they're playing good teams. They're pushing them to the brink, and I like the way that that the matchups are kind of being formulated. I think Rosen will have more time than he ever has against an NFL team throughout his career.
Yeah.
And I think David Johnson will be able to run the ball effectively. My final score, Arizona 31, Oakland Raiders 13.
I was going to say 14, but again, we have the 31-point total. I believe Arizona, they definitely need to address – it's just all offensive line with them because, dude – I'll tell you, if Chandler Jones can continue to play at this level, like a Pro Bowl level, you can have a 4-3 defense, and it's a charm because they were able to only get to Mahomes rushing 4 guys last week, and that is the holy grail of defense. That's how the New York Giants won championships. That's how Ravens win. I love a 4-3 defense. When the 4 gets home, it's over. Derek Carr's going to get sacked a whole lot. The Arizona Cardinals, they need to, I think, get your guy Greg Little maybe or Jonah Williams in the draft this year.
Yeah, and one quick thing I just want to point out about the Raiders is that I feel as though one of Carr's biggest weaknesses this season has been he holds on to the football way too long. He just can't get rid of the football. So I got Arizona big in this matchup.
Come on, man. Let's hit Bovada right now. Take those Cards, baby. JC, thanks so much, man. Appreciated the video.
Yeah, man. This is our channel now, Insomnia Sports, and if you like the video, subscribe, like it up, and be sure to tune in for more NFL preview videos.
Jeez, thanks, guys.
Thanks.